What's up, YouTube? We have an awesome limited edition piece today. We have the G-Shock Frogman Borneo Rainbow Toad, the GWF-A1000BRT-1A. Let's get excited. Let's check this piece out. Let's go. Alright, YouTube, here we go. We have the Borneo Frogman finally arrived. I haven't seen it in person. I haven't checked it out yet, so let's unbox it. The box here is got a matte or flat black case here, but with the it looks like a rainbow color G-Shock Frogman logo right in the cover there. Take that off and you have this gorgeous trunk case right there. Look at that right there. It's got this cool toad pattern on the top of the kind of a metal plasticky design there, or the cover there, but it's cool. It's got like a pinkish, purplish, greenish, bluish colorway on the top there, which is pretty neat. Then it's got the G-Shock logo there and the Frogman logo in orange. Pretty neat. Now the box itself, the trunk is neat because I haven't seen one like that. It's got the black and the green colorway on the actual trunk. Pretty neat. Put this to the side though. If you're interested, you have the instruction manual here and your warranty card. Nothing to see there, but let's check out this puppy, which is what you came to see. Oh yes, a lot of people are excited about this piece. The G-Shock Frogman GWF-A1000BRT, BRT for Borneo Toad. And let's take this plastic off and let's see what we're working with. There we go. All right, before we get into some of the details here, let's talk about the features of this watch and some of the overhead information in respect to this watch itself. So now we know this watch retails for $1,100 in the US. GWF-A1000BRT 1100, module 5623. Here's your SKU in case you want to look it up. It is sold out in a lot of locations, but you actually can still find it, and actually for retail price. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. Only 2,000 of these made worldwide is my understanding. So make sure to get one as soon as possible if you're interested, or the prices will skyrocket. All right, this, like I said, was released in November of 2020 in the US. And then I think Asia, Japan, some of the European countries got it around October. So they got it before the US did. And again, it's only limited to 2,000 pieces. Now, this is called the Borneo Frog. The Borneo Frog, and this is a cool watch because it's kind of brings awareness to the Borneo frog, which was last seen in 1924, and they thought it was extinct. So they did some research and they found I think maybe 3 Borneo frogs in a tree somewhere in Malaysia in 2011, and they resurrected this watch and kind of to bring awareness to that beautiful toad. Now, the actual toad's name is called the Sambas Stream Toad, but they call it Borneo because I think of the location where they actually found it. Now, some people from Malaysia, I know got some Malaysian Malay YouTube subscribers to my channel. If you have more info on that, please let me know, because I'm curious to know how that all came about. Now, let me remove this here plastic so we could get a good look at the watch. All right, now I ask you to stay close to the end of the video. I love doing my macro shots, and there's a lot of details going on with this watch that I want you to capture, that I want you guys to see, because there's so much going on. Now, in terms of the details or specs of this watch is multi-band 6. It's 200-meter water resistance. It's got carbon core guard. You can see right there at the bottom, carbon core guard, which is different from the old Frogmans. It also has a sapphire crystal, which makes it stronger, more scratch resistant than the previous Frogmans. I know the GWF-D has a sapphire, but the GWF-1000 does not. It has standard mineral glass, so the sapphire crystal is much better. This watch is also tough solar, which is beautiful. Like I said, multi-band 6. Bluetooth, it's got a tide graph Right there, you can see the tide graph, and it's also got neo bright luminescent hands and 30 log records for diving. So it's great to see all these functions, but I don't know, most people might not be wearing this particular frog because it's a limited edition. They might be wearing it for diving. It might be just a shelf queen, a display queen, or maybe something as an investment. But if you are interested, there's a general standard releases that were released in the same model. For example, the one here, the GWF-A1000 in the red and black. This is a standard release. The red colorway is actually a little bit more rare, and it retails for $800. So actually you can find it for a lot less. And specifically this one here, I'm selling for $600. So you can save a few dollars on that. I don't foresee this model in particular dropping in price. If anything, it will skyrocket. Trust me, I'm an expert. All right, in terms of colorway, beautiful color here, guys. Multi-band 6 here in green. Then you have the tough solder in pink on the bottom there. The black bands. Then you have this beautiful rose gold buckle here. Really beautiful rose gold colorway. I've noticed that with these watches, they've brought the resin band keeper. A lot of people complained about the metal band keepers. Maybe they get scratched up and all that, but they brought back the resin band keepers, which is kind of interesting. Depends what you like. You know, some people like them, some people don't. All right, so this watch, again, it's got the pink and orange colorway on the dial there. Pink, orange, a bunch of other colors working together. It's got the rainbow IP stainless steel bezel. And it's got this cool clear resin bezel protector right on the top there with the rose gold colorways. Now this watch is pretty large in size. It's got a nice case, but it is a big, humongous watch. Now, that's not a big issue in terms of G-Shock watches. A lot of G-Shock watches are big in terms of size, but this one here, the Frogman GWF-A, is a little large in size. It's got a 52.5 size from lug to lug, right here to here. 52.5, and it's also 47 millimeters from left to right here without including these bumper guards there and without including the crown. So it is a big watch. In terms of thickness, it's about 20 millimeters, I want to say, in thickness. So it's kind of big. I'll show you here my wrist. Look at that, it dwarfs my wrist, and I have a 6.5-inch wrist, which is pretty much small compared to other people's wrists. Now, I did a video on the GWF-A1000 Frogman, so if you want to check that out in terms of specs and functions and all that, I'll go touch really fast on what's going on with this watch. You have a lot going on here. You have the day of the week right there, battery levels, stopwatch timer alarm on the mode window. Then you have daylight savings times on the bottom there. You have the date window on the bottom right next to the 4 o'clock window between the 4 and the 5. RC to do a manual receive of the multiband 6. Connect C button, the C indicator for when you're connected to Bluetooth. You have the yes and no for the on the top left corner there. That tells you if the watch has received the multiband 6 signal, yes or no. Off and on for alarm. I believe that's off and on for that. Then you have your 24-hour window right there. And then you have your world time mode window right there. AM, PM indicator there. Now this watch, like I said, a lot going on the dial, very busy, but it's beautiful. You'll get used to reading that stuff. Now this one in particular is very colorful, so it's very distracting in terms of what's going on. But the standard one, you can see, it's actually pretty easy to read, and it's a little more legible than the other one. All right, now let's get into the beautiful details of this watch. A lot going on, like I said, but let's do a close look up. We have the yellow hour hand, the blue minute hand, the green second hand, and you have these beautiful orange dial markers around the entire face of the watch. All right, they went with a pink colorway date window there, and then you have a rainbow color world time window on this one right there. All right. Then you have the bezel, which is absolutely stunning. Got a bunch of different colors around the bezel itself, between the yellows and the blues and the greens and the purples. Very colorful watch. Then you have on the side here, you got these buttons right there that are orange in colorway. The crown is rose gold, and you have the rose gold screws all around the watch. All right, and the band itself is not much going on. It's a matte black color band. All right, and I've noticed with these carbon core guard watches that the back plates seem dusty and look old, but I don't know, I'm not sure why that's the case, but that's standard. Don't think that your watch is old just because it looks like that. That's actually standard and new, and it looks that way right out of the box. All right, before I do a macro shot, let me show you guys the backlight on this puppy, which I think is beautiful. There you go. It really highlights the colors of the dial. And then the luminescent, you can see the luminescent dials there, how they glow, pretty bright. All right, but now let's do a macro shot of this puppy because I think this is my favorite part, to get a really close-up look of this watch. Now you'll notice these here details that are engraved on the bezel. That's supposed to resemble the warty skin of the actual toad. And I'll show you guys a picture of the toad. It looks pretty good. I mean, they got a good job. They did a good job mimicking the colors and mimicking the design and the aspects of the actual toad, which is pretty neat. Let's get started. Let's check out the macro. Let's go. All right, guys, and there you have it, GWF-A1000BRT-1, the Borneo Frog G-Shock Limited Edition Frogman Toad, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful watch, guys. Don't miss out, especially if you're a collector and you want to hold on to limited edition pieces. This is one for the books. Thanks for watching, guys. You have many options and G-Shock videos you can watch, and you chose me, and I love you for that. Please hit the like button. Comment below, tell me what you think about this color wave. Is it too much for you? Is it something you'd buy and wear, or is it something just you buy and collect? Nevertheless, thank you for watching. Till next time, this is Chicago. Holla at your boy. I'm out of here. Peace.
My G-Shock, I'm rocking 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 my G-Shock.